just got back from a walk not too long ago, and I need to actually get in the shower. Man, I've been walking consistently, and I feel like I've been seeing such a shift in my life from it, and I'm so excited. I'm so happy. I still haven't did my hair yet, and I'm probably just gonna wait until I walk because I'm walking again tomorrow in the morning. I gotta find some fun things for me and Nunnix to do because Nunnix is out of school Friday and Monday, so I really gotta find some things for us to do. Hopefully, a swimming pool is open or something, water park or something, because I need to take Nunnix out. Yes, hey. I love you too. Yes, I want to get on live. I love talking to y'all. Y'all spirit. Some people's spirit. It'd be so nice, but yes, I gotta find some things to do, y'all. My baby is out of school. So I am so excited. How y'all, what do y'all have any plans for Memorial Day? Hey y'all, how y'all doing tonight? Yes, I'm gonna save this live. Somebody tell me, hey, are you guys getting married? Y'all are so obsessed with talking about that. Oh my gosh. Hey, New Orleans in the building. I've been wanting to visit New Orleans, but I be hearing so much stuff about New Orleans. But I love the SC. I heard y'all got some of the best food too. Right, right. That's what I'm hoping that somebody cook too, because I am not cooking for mothers. I mean for that. Thank you so much. I'm happy that you love the way I decorated my home. I am so excited about that. I have been kind of considering getting a new couch. I don't know. I love the couch, but I just feel like it's pretty expensive to get it shampooed and stuff, and it's pretty expensive to just, I don't know. So it's almost like the price of a whole new couch. So I've been considering it, but I'm so happy that you love it. I love decorating. I love showing y'all, the updates and everything. So it's cool. You say it's 4:15 a.m. in the UK? Wow, that's crazy. Such a drastic difference. It's only 11:17 here in Atlanta. No, I've never been to Richmond, Virginia. Um, I haven't. I feel like I haven't visited enough places in the US. Well, maybe I have. Let's see. I've been to Alabama, Tennessee. I've been to LA. I've been to New York. I've been to Florida. Um have I been to St. Louis? We drove through St. Louis. Oh, I've been to Missouri. Not Missouri. Wait, is it Missouri? Where Tim's really from? Yeah, Missouri. I haven't been in a lot of places, so yeah, I want to visit some more. I definitely want to visit some more places. My name is Caprisiana. Yeah, the couch I want to get, I just want to make sure that they don't stain easily. I want to make sure I'm able to keep it for a while and it's easy to clean, stuff like that. I also want it to just, like the couch that I got, I was like, still is sort of on a budget, but I had got a used couch, and I just want a brand new couch. I don't want anything used. I don't even really want to get a detailed shampoo because I just want something new. And I don't think I would ever buy a used couch again. I just had to do what was in my budget at the time. Still is pretty much my budget for real. But I'm going to save to get a new couch. Someone said, I'm definitely cooking. My grandson is coming home from the army. Whoop, whoop. And grandma always makes sure he has a home cooked meal. That is so good. I know he appreciates it so much. First of all, ain't nothing like a good old grandma cooked home cooked meal. Like, ain't nothing like it. I know he probably look forward to your meals. That is such a blessing. I know you proud of him. I can get a couch cover, but I just feel like, I don't know. I just feel like I don't really be feeling that comfortable in the couch. I mean, I do, but it just, I don't know. I just want a new one. I want a new one. Oh, you never been ATL? Wow. I think ATL, since I've lived here all my life, I think people definitely overhype ATL. However, I do think people should still visit. I definitely want to start traveling more. It's a big world and so much to see. Yes, I want to get out of my hometown. Like, um, I want to get out of my hometown. I want to discover new things. I feel like life is too short to just stay in one place your whole entire life. Like, even if you just move somewhere for like 5 years and then you move back to your hometown, you can say that there was a different experience that you got in your lifetime. Like, you're not, believe it or not, you're not going to miss much from your hometown other than probably family. And for a lot of us don't even see our family as much to, like, I feel like a lot of people don't really think about their family until they think about home, like moving out their hometown. A lot of us live in the same state with our family and still don't see our family like that. So, it really don't be a lot that you would miss unless, obviously you're closer to your family and you see them frequently. But I feel like a lot of people are not as close to their family anyways. It's just something that is comfortable, you know. Hey Capriciana, you're a beautiful person. I love you. I love you like you're one of my favorite nieces. Thank you so much. That's so sweet. Thank you so much. I love you too. I love your support. Someone say I love your voice. Thank you. I have gotten a green machine. I already purchased one. Actually I didn't purchase. I added it to the wish list a while ago. And I did clean it. It still didn't get nearly as clean as I thought it would have. It did have make a difference in it, but it still didn't do what needed to be done. I also want a new couch, but I love my couch, don't get me wrong, but I feel like it irritates my skin. I don't know if it's because I know that I didn't buy it brand new, and I also didn't get it from a family member. I got it from like this what is it called? It's like a Salvation Army. That's where I got it from. And I don't know if that's what it is. And then plus it just stains on the couch. And then I don't like how I can't take the couch covers off to wash them. It just stays on it like it's attached to it. So I just think I've just pretty much outgrown it. But I think I will definitely, whenever I do get a new couch, bless it with someone else. But I just feel like I've definitely outgrown it. I want a new couch. Thank you though. I do think my couch is pretty. Thank you. I look 15? Wow. I'm 24. Hello. What happened when you use a used couch? When you use a used couch, nothing's wrong with that, especially if it's coming from someone that you know. But I personally feel like you shouldn't buy a used couch from a place, if that makes sense. I feel like you should buy it from, like, if you do get a new used couch, it should be from someone you know, or it should be like gently used. If it's like fully used and all that stuff, and they're just like getting a couch and reselling it, I don't think you should do it. And that's what I think Salvation Army is doing. I think I still want like right now it's white, but I think I want like a beige couch, like something beige. I still want like a clean aesthetic look. For a while I wanted a green couch, but I said I'm not gonna do that because I think it's just gonna look so crazy. Especially like if I get a green couch, I have to get new decorations and everything. So I don't think I'll do that. But I think I still want beige. Yeah. Hey. Hey, how you doing? I should visit South Carolina. Well, you should visit South Carolina, not from Atlanta. What's in South Carolina though? Hey, y'all got big lots. You can make payments there, or you can at mine. Oh, yeah, we have big lots. What you saying? Make payments for what? Girl, y'all drive too fast in ATL. Man, only thing I don't like about living in Atlanta is stuff be overpriced. The restaurants are, I don't know. I think I've outgrown Atlanta because the list will finna keep going. But living in Atlanta, I feel like everything is overpriced. Like the place that I live at now, I really love it, but I feel like it's not worth what I'm it's not worth the price of it. Okay. So I just feel like they build a lot of new apartments and buildings, but they are very cheaply made. Like it's like they do the bare minimum just to sell them and gain profit from it. So that's another thing I don't like about Atlanta. I feel like Atlanta don't have a lot of variety of foods. Like we do, but it's really just a lot of like regular American food, like wings, burgers, stuff like that. Like we don't have like a lot of, we don't have a different variety. Like when I look at Chicago food, I be thinking like they have a lot of different variety of foods. You know what I'm saying? So that's something that I also would like to experience. But I do like driving in Atlanta. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like only thing I don't like, another thing I don't like, is the traffic in Atlanta. The traffic in Atlanta is too crazy. Like it take me an hour to go somewhere that's 25 minutes because it be too much traffic unless you driving late at night like now or early in the morning, maybe like 5 a.m. Other than that, y'all, it be just traffic. Like I don't like it. And then I stay like heart of Atlanta, so um that's what I dislike. I am, and he definitely puts his order in the whole menu. What you talking about? Oh, your grandson. Okay. What is your hometown? My hometown is Atlanta. Hi, Kennedy. Thank you. My hair actually need to be fixed. I just got on the walk, so it's actually really sweaty. And yeah, I'm finna get ready and redo my hair. Wash it real good, thoroughly. Like I just think I want to just run a bubble bath tonight. And just relax. Everything good. Yep. Hey, I need some support right now. Can I please tell you something that happened? Sure. Definitely. Ooh, girl, your testimony was so real and I needed to hear it. Oh, I'm so happy that it spoke to you. And I hope it helped you. I'm so happy that I really shared it. Like I moved an hour away from my family and it's been pros and cons, but I love living where I completely do. See, I agree. I can see your thought process on it because that's something I kind of thought about myself. Like if I moved away from my family, then I would have to like I wouldn't be able to like have a babysitter, if I needed one. Um I wouldn't be able to see them as much. So those are the things that I really thought about, but I feel like also I'll just be in a new space, new energy. I'll be able to create more and I'll just be able to meet new people and stuff like that as long as I move or go somewhere where I feel like God is aligning me. But I can understand why you felt that way though. I can definitely understand that. If you could live anywhere, where would you like to live? Yeah, I used to say I would love to live in Australia, but that has changed, especially since I'm a mother. Where I would like to live, I would probably say, that's a good question, actually. I used to say Texas, like I wanted to reside in Texas forever, but then I don't know about that either. I heard that Texas is actually trying to become like their own. They trying to create their own president or something like that. But I don't know. I used to say Texas or I was gonna say Tennessee, but I don't think I want to move to Tennessee. So for right now, only thing I have in mind is Texas, unless I were to move out the country. If I were to move out the country, I don't know where I would want to live, but I will have to see. Um, I'm over 1,000 miles away. All I have is my sister and my son left. Wow. At least you have someone though, because there's some people that don't have anyone. You know what I'm saying? Especially with you having your sisters. Some people don't be having nothing but their kids. You know what I'm saying? So ain't nothing like a sister love. So at least you have that connection. However, I do know that it can still be lonely sometimes. And you probably still want to connect more with family. But I just be feeling like nowadays family don't be family. Like family don't be family. And I really wish I was closer with my family and my family was closer with each other. You know what I'm saying? And that's just not the case for a lot of people. So, you know, and sometimes we wish we was closer with family until we get closer with them and realize why God didn't allow us to be close with them too. So sometimes you can really be saving yourself from getting into stuff and all that. Hey, Caprisiana girl, my first time catching you live. Hey, do you have any fun plans for this? No, I don't. And that's what I'm trying to figure out. I wanna go swimming. I'm taking my nephew and Onyx to Chuck E. Cheese Monday. Because I'll be keeping him. So I'm so excited about that. Oh yeah, girl, I will buy a new one. That's uncomfortable. Yeah, that's why I said I'm ready to I'm ready to get a new couch. It'll be coming soon, hopefully. It'll be coming soon. I gotta save up and get ready for that. But this one right here, I want a whole new one. And I feel like um when I originally moved to this in this place, when we really originally moving in together, I feel like I I created everything for a family. I didn't decorate it like it was my apartment because we were living together. But I feel like now that since we're no longer living together, I just want to make it feel more like my home, make it feel more feminine, more girly, more soft. I do love how it's decorated, don't get me wrong, but I think I would just make slight adjustment in certain areas. You never know who had their couch before you and what they have done with it exactly. That's why I want to get a new one because I don't even want to think about stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, Thank you for posting your testimony. That was really touching. Thank you so much for listening to it, for even like finding it interesting. Like honestly, y'all, I wasn't even expecting I wasn't expecting the feedback that I've gotten from it, regardless of like the views and all that stuff. I wasn't even expecting, like, I feel like a lot of people have been reaching out to me and telling me how much it's touched them. And I'm really, really grateful for that, for real. Yeah, unless it's leather to be washed, right? Exactly. Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Yes, I've been to Myrtle Beach before. So yeah, I have been to South Carolina actually. Yes, I've been to California. Yes, it be too much traffic. Hey, y'all. Oh, you live in Birmingham? Yes, Keith Lee was absolutely right about the restaurants. I'm so glad he kind of exposed them. I'm not gonna lie, because the restaurants be all over the place. Like you can't make no reservations. It's first come, first serve. They want you to pull up and then wait for 40 minutes to get in a restaurant. Like, baby, your restaurant not even that good to be doing all that. Why I can't write my name on the list and pull up in 40 minutes and be sitting down ready to eat? Why you want me to pull up, sit and wait in the parking lot for 45 minutes before I can eat? Like, what sense does what logic is that? It don't make sense to me. So yes, and they are very cheaply made. That is so true. That's what I've been realizing about the place that I'm at now. Like I said, I'm very grateful. I'm gonna wait to tell y'all more about that though, because I want to do a little, whenever the time comes, I want to update y'all more on that. But yeah, um, y'all do, you just gotta go find it. I don't understand that. God is going to deliver and help you with life. I believe we should rest in his peace and know he's God. I am 35 and I admire your old soul. My great grandma was 102 when she passed away. Oh, wow. That's such a long time to live. That's such a long time to live. God will deliver. God will deliver us. God will deliver us. God will. I only share the one of the main reasons. And my sister called me this morning because I was telling her about the video and stuff. And she was telling me how she listened to the entire video, which I didn't even expect her to do. But she said she listened to the entire video and she loved the video, and it made her emotional, and it made her realize that she hasn't even healed from the things that we've experienced. And I just think it's so important to bring up, bring those feelings forth, or those, bring that trauma forth so you can heal from it and move on and adjust and show up better in areas of your life. So her saying it also really touched me. So I'm happy that it like touched you. I'm happy that you enjoyed it. And I just think it's so important, man, to heal from your trauma and realize what you really need to work on for real. Girl, my first time at ATL, I didn't even see a car come beside me. They came so fast. I was getting in their lane and scraped their car. I was so happy. The driver was cool. That's what happened to me with my when I got into a little accident. I swerved over, man. I feel like he really sped up and made it worse. But that's for another topic. But man, you do got to be cautious, man, because people in Atlanta do drive fast. You got to be real cautious, like looking. And then it's like, especially when it comes to swerving into lanes, like they'll swerve in your lane so fast and quick, and you won't even realize. Like, you got to be on it. It's kind of crazy because it sounds like a NASCAR driving or something, but I guess you'll understand it once you drive in Atlanta. I mean, Stonecrest. Oh, okay. Stonecrest, okay. That ain't too far. Wait with the top for the night. Ain't no time. Oh, Chattanooga. Did I say I've been to Y'all did say I've been to Tennessee. This one we visited for my grandma's birthday, Chattanooga. Chattanooga, it was fun. We went to the railway. What else we went to? The aquarium. Now I didn't like Chattanooga, Tennessee aquarium. It was just real bad to me. Atlanta aquarium is way better than Tennessee aquarium. Way, way better. But it was still a nice experience to even, see what it was. Thank you so much, Kim Moore. You say you have such a great soul. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Woo, family definitely don't be family, but you can make, yes, family don't be family, for real. They don't, but hopefully they grow and get better and realize. I do be feeling like something about family too though, is that it do be just deep rooted trauma passed along. Like honestly, like it really do. Girl, you're my fave. So happy I found you. Thank you so much. That means so much. Thank you. I seen someone tag me on TikTok. I seen like 2 or 3 people tag me on TikTok. A TikTok post saying like I was one of the favorite creators to watch. And I just feel like, wow. Like December of last year, I would have never imagined like 3 people is a lot for me. Because it's like it's not just about them just tagging me, but it's that they liked my content so much that they recommended other people to watch me on TikTok. And I just feel like, wow, that's beautiful. But thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Family definitely. And I feel like you don't realize how family really is until you get older. For real. You 12 hours away from your family. How was that adjustment? Hi, I'm new to your channel since you are moving from your old apartment. Hey, welcome to the team. Welcome to the team. You must have a lot of catching up to do. Yes, I have moved. A lot of things has been happening. So many blessings, lessons. It's been a lot, but I'm so grateful. Definitely not really say your inspiration. Thanks for being you. God is using you. Thank you so much. Thank you, beautiful. That is so sweet. Thank you. Y'all are inspirational too. I swear, like, y'all don't realize how y'all really be helping me and how I really be feeling connected to a lot of y'all for real. And I'm so grateful. And this is the first time I was on your live chat. Okay. How you liking it? Is it what you expected it to be? The Lord separates the wheats from the tares. Yes, amen. Yep. I'm assuming you mentioned that from in correspondence with me talking about the family. Yep. I've had my YouTube channel for a while and you've inspired me to get back up again. Yes, get on it. I feel like something when it comes to YouTube, you can't care about what other people think, and all that. And I feel like that's something that I'm working on myself. Like a lot of people say a lot of negative things and definitely the good outweighs the bad, but the negative Nancy's be just negative. You know what I'm saying? So you really got to be strong mentally when it comes to this YouTube stuff or social media in general because people will say things that you don't like. However, I just feel like it's just important. That's something I also got to learn to do. But it's important to just like and engage and move on. But regardless of it all, post the content that you like, that you would enjoy watching, that you think people would like to watch. It's nobody like you in the world. So it definitely will be people that will connect with you. But something about YouTube is it take not only consistency, but time to grow. If you don't already have a name, then you're going to have to work triple harder. You know what I'm saying? So just put in the work and you will get to where you want to be. And you never know how God will move miraculously in your life, especially if it's something that you're supposed to be doing or you just feel passionate about doing. I feel like YouTube is a great source to speak to people, to reveal who you are, to learn more about yourself. Because although I have received a lot of negative comments or some comments that I didn't like as much, I've received a lot of knowledge from some of these comments. Some of them were just like, what are you even talking about? You don't know my life. You're incorrect. You're wrong. Like, but some of them really do help me self-reflect and do better within myself. So when it comes to YouTube, you got to be ready for all of it. The good, the bad, the ugly, the support, the like everything. You know what I'm saying? But it's just all about being consistent and doing what you like to do. You know what I'm saying? So I'm happy that you back up at it again. Stay on it. I like your place. I've been watching you decorate it. Okay, then thank you. So what was your favorite part? What's your favorite part? How's your relationship with your dad now? I haven't talked to my dad in like a month or two, 2 months. Um, Me and my dad just have a complicated relationship. So that's just all it is to say to that. Speaking on why that's also a part of the reason why I made the video that I made, because originally during that video, I wanted to talk equally to about both of my parents, which I feel like I did. But I did kind of sort of talk a little bit more about my dad. And I just feel like it's a lot more feelings or emotions or traumas that needed to be released that were attached to my dad. So, which is why I needed to release it. But my dad it's just complicated. If you had one word to say to your mom before you die, what would it be? One word is very tricky. I don't know. Cause the part of my mind was like, understand, but then it's like I don't understand. So that's not it. Um, then another one would be, I don't know. I guess love. Like I would just say, love. Like through it all, although I don't agree with a lot of things, I still love my mom. Like you only get one mom in your lifetime. So I guess I would just say love, because as I'm going through my healing journey and as I'm acknowledging the deep rooted things that I have that I really need to let go and release and forgive others from, end all be all, I still love them. Although I probably shouldn't, or most people probably wouldn't love their mom or parents as much, especially if they've dealt with a lot of the things that I've dealt with that y'all really don't even know about. Deep in detail. A lot of people probably still wouldn't love their mom, but I just look at it like maybe just God just gave me the parents that I have to make me stronger, to help me, to use me to help other people. You know what I'm saying? Maybe these traumas were literally just to not only strengthen me, make me wise, make me more grateful, make me not rely on anyone but God, but also to use me as a vessel. So my word would just be love, because like at the end of the day, like I just said, I love my mama. You know what I'm saying? I love my daddy too. Like I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie and act like I didn't have thoughts like, God, why did you give me these parents? Like I wanted different parents. I have definitely had those thoughts in my lifetime. But it doesn't take away the fact that God has blessed me with my parents, and I've had the privilege to be able to have parents. So yeah, that's probably what I would say. It's just someone said, why aren't you and Tim living together? So the reason me and Tim isn't living together anymore is because it's not what God aligns with. And a lot of people might say, well, y'all already got a baby together and y'all already have had sex and y'all already done did everything that was, wasn't aligned with God. So why you care now? Well, the reason for that is conviction. Once you get closer with God, God convicts you so much that you have no choice but to change. If you don't change after the conviction, God will place things in line to make you change. So that's the reason why I was receiving so much conviction, like we wasn't supposed to be living together no more. God doesn't agree with sex before marriage. God don't even count a boyfriend. God counts courting, but just a boyfriend, God don't count that. You know what I'm saying? Like God don't agree with that. And I just feel like I I care more about my relationship with God than a relationship with anybody. You feel me? Like I don't know what I would do without God. You feel me? So it's just like I just adjusted, basically. That's really what it was. And I ain't gonna lie, like it's just easy. Cause I see a lot of people like, oh, as soon as she got her place, she was so ready to kick Tim out. Y'all don't even be knowing what really going on. It was hard for me to make the adjustment. Like I had been living with Tim for like a year and a half before I made this adjustment. Really 2 years. We lived together for 2 whole years before we made this adjustment. And it was hard. Like I'm used to sleeping with him, not like sexually, but in a bed, used to just being together all the time, coming home to each other after work and all that stuff. This adjustment was not easy. So I kind of do get a little bit offended when people make it seem like, oh yeah, she can't wait. Like just when they come up with negative assumptions and they don't really be knowing what be going on. Because that's not how it was for me. But that's the reason why we don't live together. And a lot of people I feel wouldn't do it. Like, I'm not going to say a lot of people wouldn't do it, but I feel like it's like a 30-70 type of thing. Like 30% of people probably would do it, 70% probably wouldn't do it. Because they're just comfortable, like they love their partner, and they're like, why would I do that? Like, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like as you get closer with God, you understand more how important it is. Because the thing is, you're spending your life all this time with this guy doing doing wife. Another thing, that's what made me also not want to do it anymore too. I was doing wifely things without even being married. Why am I making sure you eat a hot meal every night, washing clothes and doing all this stuff if I'm not even married? I was already giving him the full platter without even a commitment through God. And that didn't feel good to me. Once I realized and I acknowledged it and I strengthened my relationship with God, it didn't feel good. So that's another thing for me too. But yeah, that's pretty much what it was, y'all. It's what it was. Yep, I've had these piercings forever. I'm an older woman. I love your videos. You're so inspiring. I always keep your relationship with the Lord first. God bless you. Amen. God bless you too. Ain't no relationship more important than God. Not the one with my mama, my daddy, my son, my mate. Nobody ain't more important than God, baby. Because one thing about it, if I hit rock bottom tonight, God is the way. For real. Even before if I hit rock bottom tonight, like throughout my lifetime, all I've ever really had was God. You know what I'm saying? Like all I've really ever had was God when I hit rock bottom for real. You want to drive, wait, you want to drive for yourself and watch out for other drivers. Yep, that's how it is in Atlanta. I love that you were able to be vulnerable, raw, and personal. I see God's healing and transformation in you. You have no idea where God is taking you. I can tell this is going to be amazing. Thank you so much. That's very enlightening. That's actually very reassuring as well. Sometimes my relationship with God is very rocky. I know I speak a lot about God, and you know, it may seem like I'm perfect or whatever the case may be, but man, me and God be, you feel me? Like it don't be me and God, but it be me and my flesh be going rocky. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes it even be a little bit with God. Like sometimes I tell, be so transparent, honest with God because God already know the feelings that I'm feeling anyway. I be like, God, I don't like this, or like, God, what's going on? Or God, have you neglected me? Like I have felt like God has neglected me. I have felt like, God wasn't there for me or God left me. I'm not gonna sit up here and act like, you feel me, like me and God relationship is a lot better now. But man, me and God done had some rocky times, boy. I mean, I know God done looked at me a couple times like, my daughter, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. But after the adjustment, it just, sometimes, like, I ain't gonna lie. A couple days ago, you know what I'm saying? Complete transparency, man. Like, a couple days ago, I was on my walk and I was just crying, like crying out to God, like just trying to figure out everything, like where am I going wrong, why I feel the way I feel. And, I feel like God has shifted a lot in me within a couple of days. Like sometimes all God be waiting on is for you to come to him. God be waiting on you to be transparent and be honest. You know what I'm saying? If you say with your mouth what you really feel, it takes healing in places that you don't even acknowledge that you need healing in. It helped God move because God already know what you're feeling. God just wants you to be honest about it. You know what I'm saying? So I am so happy. I'm so grateful that you said that. I love that. I be laughing at you and Tim, especially when you said my hair look like grandma. Yeah, my hair be looking crazy lately, y'all. My hair be looking crazy. I do love the cut though. I think my hair has grown too much. for a pixie cut, low key. I think I might have to go get another cut. I was trying to do it once a month, but I don't know. My hair been growing. It's been kind of growing too long for a pixie cut, I think. And I ain't trying to grow it back out. I love my pixie. I am going through a lot right now, trying to get past it. You are a nice person, energetic, and God-centered. Thank you so much. You know, we all it's natural for us as humans to go through things, man. Like it's natural, man. And I want you to, remind yourself you are not the only one going through stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's so many people going through stuff, man. I mean, for real, people be going through it. I ain't gonna lie, I even be going through stuff, you know what I'm saying? But what I would say is though, I just feel like you should pray about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if you already done prayed about it, let it lay in God's hands. Put your problems in God's hands, because in Jesus' hands, you know what I'm saying? Because it'll work out. It'll work out. Everything will align exactly how it's supposed to do. I think another healthy way to look at problems that you face in your life is that you won't have to worry about this problem that you're worrying about right now in a year. You know what I'm saying? In a year come, you ain't gonna be worrying about this problem no more. So that's just good reassurance that this problem is gonna be solved. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna be solved. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you just gotta just release control. I think we stress a lot more when we go through things, when we try to handle it ourselves instead of trying to let God handle it. So my advice to you would just to be step back. You know what I'm saying? If you don't pray about it, you don't talk to God about it, act like you trust God. You know what I'm saying? Don't sit around and act like you got it or you trying to figure out how to do it. Man, you ain't figuring out nothing but the next way to disgrace. That's a lot of time they how it be going. You know what I'm saying? That's why, relying on ourselves is not convenient. It is not convenient, man. Relying on the people around us don't even be convenient. Yeah, don't then be convenient to me, but relying on God. Now, I ain't saying like the people around you won't help you, but it don't be, to me, sometimes you don't be feeling like help. But what I say is I hope your situation get better, though. You know what I'm saying? Put it in God's hands, and yeah, you'll see him work. Watch him work. Give him a chance to work. Give him a chance to make your situation better. Give him a chance. Give him a chance. You worried about your bill? God already got it. You worried about, whatever. If you got a disease, you worried about your disease? God can heal it. God is a healer. Not saying that you have that, but I'm just saying anything. I know it's easier said than done, of doing it, but sometimes you just gotta release control, man. You just gotta release control. Release control. The first live I seen is when you and your man was answering questions on the cards. I enjoy your channel. Thank you. I love when we be doing the game night thing. I see y'all love that a lot. I love it because y'all get to see more of our personality and stuff like that too. Just tune in, girl. I'm tired. Breakfast for dinner. Love you and your sister, period. I understand that breakfast for dinner, man. Breakfast be the quickest thing to cook. But we love you too. Thank you for your support, love. Oh, this is a good question right here. So I have been trying to plan this anyways. How Caprisiana, will you and your sister Joy do a sit-down video one day? I think we definitely should. Yes, so the answer to that is yes. I've been trying to plan it. Because I want y'all to see more of my sister too. I just uploaded a video. It's on private until I get a thumbnail together. Okay, that's good. At least you got that video uploaded. Practice make perfect, man. You can't don't try to expect your stuff to be perfect either before you release it. You know what I'm saying? If you drop a video and your thumbnail don't look all that, try again, make another thumbnail. If you don't try your best, it's all right. Move on, make another video. Don't sit around and think about one video or one thing, too long, because it makes you stagnant, and not only that, it makes you just overthink about who you're creative, your creative skills. Just keep trying. The more you try, the more you do it, and the more consistent you are, the easier it becomes. You know what I'm saying? So they're just a little word of advice. Hey girl, how are you? Do you still want to be a phlebotomy? Do phlebotomies? Yeah and no. Travel phlebotomies make a lot of money or make more money, but in general, I don't think being a phlebotomist is something that I enjoy doing. Not saying that I won't ever do it, but I don't know if it's something that I would just enjoy really, really doing. Because I feel like in order for me to become a travel phlebotomist, I would have to work at like a blood bank or something in order to gain a lot of practice before, I just go to people's house and all that to do it. So it just says step right there. Blood banks don't pay a lot, and I don't even think it's something that I really enjoy doing. At first, originally why I went to school to become a phlebotomist is because I felt like I wasn't doing nothing in my life and I just wanted to achieve something. So that's why I did it. Now, if I feel like I should go and be a phlebotomist, or if I have to, I'll definitely do it. But I don't know, honestly. Never met my dad, shaking my head. He's still alive. So sad. Man, it crazy. I don't be knowing how people go their whole life without meeting a child, bro. Like, how you just wake up every day, bro? Every day, and you don't even try to reach out or see your child, even as an adult. Like, how do people just sleep at night okay, and travel and eat good hot meal? I mean, just creating kids and just don't do nothing. Man, that's cold-hearted, boy. I don't scared of people like that, man. What I say though about that is though, you never know where God was protecting you from. Sometimes sometimes Jesus may use your dad just to make you. Sad to say, obviously, because I know how it feels to want your dad to want to look to be involved in your life and love you. But sometimes God literally only use them as a sperm donor. They know they ain't worth nothing, but they know that them being in your parent life or whatever to make you, your mama life to make you, is the source that was needed. But you never know what God is protecting you from. You never know. Now I ain't saying your daddy bad with, but man, if your daddy went your whole life without being in your life, God protecting you from him. God can be protecting you from him, your kids from him. You never ever know. So although it is a hurtful situation, and it do be confusion, and sometimes you do want clarity and understanding, look at this situation like a blessing, because you never know what God is protecting you from. I'm gonna give you this right here. So my mama biological dad, she never met her dad. Her dad was never in her life. Word around the town, he was a rapist. Her biological dad. They didn't find that out until my mama was like, I think like 3 years old or something like that. Now, I'm not saying this is your father's case, but I'm just letting you know, you never know what God is protecting you from. Um, and we never met him. None of us don't know him. You know what I'm saying? But that's my mama daddy. And my mama used to feel sad, like, I don't know if it's really true, if he's a rape or whatever the case may be, but she still, kind of wanted to meet him, but I had to like realize, like, kind of shift my mom mindset a little bit. Like, Mom, what if you met him and he was in your life and he ended up not only touching on you, but touching on your kids? You know what I'm saying? Like, you never really know what God be protecting you from. So sometimes God just use some of these folks as a sperm donor, just to make you, just to bring you in the world, just for you to be here. You know what I'm saying? So this how I think you should try to look at this situation, although it is sad. I ain't saying it like you shouldn't care about it and it shouldn't affect you, because I understand why it affects you. You know what I'm saying? Like, my daddy here, and I wish my daddy was more of a daddy. Even though he ain't got them type of allegations and I don't seen him, he still ain't worth nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I feel it. Okay, what's up with you? Say, what's up with you, man? How was your day, dude? Hold on now. I am not a man or a dude, but my day it's been pretty all right. How about yourself? I've learned once you start living your life for Jesus, you will face persecution even from your own family. You better speak. I live 6 hours away from them, and I only talk to one person. Now, that's crazy. That's crazy. But I ain't gonna lie, man. I feel like one thing about it, what people don't realize, man, when you get a closer relationship with Jesus, man, you realize you stop looking at people as individuals. You start looking at them as spirits. You know what I'm saying? Like like when you get a close relationship with Jesus, you're able to understand people just by their spirit. Just like God say, you will know people by their fruit. Like you will know people by how they show up, how they respond to things. Not saying that people are perfect, because none of us are perfect now. Sometimes, we don't respond correctly, whatever. But I just feel like, let me give y'all an example. This girl I went to middle school with. And I used to think she was really my friend. We did a little bit of, no, it was middle school, but we still was friends in high school a little bit. I used to think she was really my friend. I didn't realize until today, when I had a conversation with my sister earlier, that she was never my friend. And what I was getting, so my sister was like, hey, she's like, Priest, so I forgot to tell you, I seen what's her name, and she asked me about you, but let me tell you what she said. So she said, the friend said, the girl I thought was my friend, she said, oh, hey, how Caprisiana doing? All she talk about is God now. But how's she doing? You still talk to her? First of all, why would it mean my sister still talk? Okay, cool, whatever. Secondly, the God quotation, they let me know how you and your relationship with God is. You know what I'm saying? They let me know that me and you, we wouldn't even click. We wouldn't align no more. Because the God quotation shows me your fruits. It shows me your heart. It shows me your commitment to God. You know what I'm saying? So by me saying that, man, sometimes you just know people, you will know people by their fruit, man. And just because you follow God and you got a relationship with God, that don't mean you're going to be perfect, but you just going to move different because you love God. You know what I'm saying? You're going to move different because you love Jesus. You're going to move different because you just connected with the Holy Spirit. You ain't gonna move the same. And it ain't that everything got to just be holy moly jolly, but your heart posture just different. You know what I'm saying? What up? What's up? Living for Jesus will always be worth it. Yep. Even in the persecution and trials. Amen. I have kids with my man and we don't live together and we won't until we're married. I completely understand. Yeah, that's how it is, man. And that's not an easy decision to make. It's not an easy decision to make, man. When God tell you to start living with somebody that you've been living with for a while that you love, that is not an easy decision to make. But I will say I think it's worth it, though. I think it is worth it because not only do you realize a lot more about yourself and about your partner. And it's the same for your partner. They realize more about themselves and more about you. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, I think it just prepares you more for the next stage in life. Yep, people say people act like you have to keep living in your sin. People do act like that. Now I ain't gonna say up here and just act like it's just easy to stop sinning either now. I'm gonna sit up here and act like that. However, man, when that conviction start throwing balls at you, when that conviction start throwing balls at you, you be like, man, I don't even want to do it no more. I ain't gonna lie, this is a true transparent story, right? So I ain't never told y'all this story. I should make a YouTube video on this. I don't know, I'm gonna tell y'all since y'all on my live. But it's a little TMI, right? But I love y'all. We connected, okay? So so one day, me and Tim, this is when we were still living together. One day, no, we weren't still living. Yeah, this one we still was we. I don't know. One of them. Whatever. One day we was laying in the bed and we was getting ready to have sex. God is so hilarious. This is the type of conviction I be receiving, y'all. We was getting ready to have sex. And I felt the conviction that I shouldn't be doing it. But I'm like, man, I'm trying to ignore it. Low key for real, being honest, trying to ignore it. Still trying to get in the groove. Man, why in the world? As soon as we finna do it, I hear people outside. These ain't just no random people outside, y'all. I hear this. You know how they have them, what is it called? It ain't no microphone, but it's like a, basically kind of like a microphone. Man, y'all, I look outside and I see these people standing. We got a club kind of right over here. I see them standing right in front of the club, preaching the word of God. In the midst of us finna get ready and do the do. Now, not only that, why in the world, man, God is funny. Why in the world was they preaching about sin? Sin, hell, man, y'all don't feel me. Y'all don't feel me. Y'all don't feel me. Imagine you and your boo finna get ready and do the do. And I mean, you trying to ignore the conviction because you kind of want to get in your flesh, you want to get into it, being honest. Soon as y'all about to get into it, oh, I did do a shorts on this. Soon as y'all about to get into it, you hear somebody outside of your door preaching about the word of God and sin. Now, that don't wake you up, I'm scared of you. Because, man, that junk kind of spooked me for real, though. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. I was low-key kind of spooked. Like, I ain't never seen nothing like that before. I ain't even ever heard of a story like that before. And mind y'all, people don't be over here preaching. People do not be over here outside preaching. That is not the norm. People do not be doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. So when I had that experience, man, that woke me up like lightning, boy. I'm talking about, I was kind of like, dang, God. Like, I almost felt like God watching me for real. Like, Jesus, boy. Like, hold on. I locked in so quick. I'm turned all the way off. I mean, I ain't even thinking about sex. Like, I'm thinking I'm finna get, like, if I don't get right, I might go to sleep and go to hell, boy. I was so scared, boy. But you know what? God give convictions to those he love, man. And I'm not, that don't mean to say like if God don't give you conviction, he don't love you. But I feel like through having conviction means that you are strengthening your relationship with God. You know what I'm saying? This how I feel. I feel like as soon as I started strengthening more my relationship with God, I started receiving more conviction. God started telling me, like, I don't agree with this. You feel me? If you keep on doing this, you're going to hell. You know what I'm saying? Depart from me, I don't know you. For a while, when I was, just basically doing what I was want to do with my flesh, that's what I kept on hearing. Depart from me, I don't know you. Depart from me, I don't know you. And that's something, like I mentioned in my old video, that's something that I definitely don't want to hear. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no pipe game worth going to hell over. You feel me? Like, no. So, let's say people act like, yep, yes, this is what I was expecting you to say. Keep going, you and Tim. Do things the right way in Jesus' name. Amen. That's right. That's really admirable that you're trying to be aligned. Yep. At the end of the day, you and Tim know what's best for you and your family. Yep, yep. Some people aren't mentally strong enough for what? For what? To be obedient? Is that what you implying? God, I'm gonna keep it a break. If that's what you're implying, that's an excuse. Like, I understand it, but to a degree. Because in that way that you're putting it, it's almost like you putting this man over God. You know what I'm saying? If that's what you're talking about now, you know, I don't agree to that. I mean, some people probably ain't mentally strong enough, but the only way you ain't mentally strong enough is if your relationship ain't strong enough. That's the problem. It's not that you're weak, you're too weak to detach or leave. It's the fact that your relationship with our Lord and Savior is too weak. That's what it is. You ain't spent enough time with God. You ain't built a relationship with God enough. Because once you built that relationship with God, this is just a man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't put no man, no, not even just like a relationship, no man as in no human above God. Only way you too weak to be obedient is if your relationship ain't right with God, with Jesus. It's the only way. I'm just have to keep that one a brick right there. I ain't gonna lie. Like I just mentioned, it wasn't easy for me. You know what I'm saying? Hey, y'all. Yeah, doing all the wifey duties. I ain't finna be doing all that wifey. Y'all, my message is going slow, so excuse me if I'm reading real slow up there. My message is going slow, y'all. So excuse me. Yes, I am still interested in X-ray technician. Dang, you know what? You a real one. Are you the one that have the X-ray technicians on your YouTube? How you remember that? I love that. Okay. I've been hooked since the first time I saw the video of your last place. Always looking forward to the next video. There's always something so refreshing about you. Love your realness and transparency. Thank you so much. Thank you, love. I'm happy you enjoyed the video and you stayed tuned with me. You on my live now. Locked in. I love it. I love to see it. Amen. Step back and act like you trust God. That's one thing about God. God's so funny. People be like, oh yeah, girl, I trust God. I trust God. Whatever going on in my life, I trust God. God, like, okay. All right. We're gonna put this one right here to the test. I'm gonna take some away. I'm gonna make you lacking a little something. I just want to make sure that you really trust me. Or I may even use this situation to strengthen your trust in me because I don't believe that you trust in me like you say you do or like you should. This is another thing about God. Sometimes, man, one thing that people don't realize, man, if you late on a bill and like I talked about with my section 8, not section 8, based on income apartment that I got accepted in with $0 off of faith. Straight up faith. I'm telling you. One thing about God, man, if you lacking in any area, this is Jesus we talk about. It's this God. You know they all one. Jesus, God, and Holy Spirit connected in one. This is them we talking about. It ain't nothing for God to move in your life. You lacking in a bill and you $1,000 short. You think it's so hard for God to give you $1,000? Man, that's lightweight. God sent on gazillions, baby. I mean, God owns everything. God can literally transfer something from this account to your account and you wake up in the morning off of faith and it's there. But God be trying to test your faith, test your trust. I feel like people don't be believe, bro. Like, people don't be believing that God really got the power that God got. Like, this some different type of, this ain't no, oh, my boss, can you help me out? This ain't like no, oh, Jeff Bezos, hoping that Jeff Bezos will see you in the street and donate something to your life to help you, man. This is big God. This that different type of, you know what I'm saying? This that can't nobody do it but you feel me? Like, I feel like, man, sometimes you just got to let go and let God, man. Let go and let God. And if you think God ain't real, give him the time to show you that he is. Give him the time to show you that he is. Man, I be seeing TikTok videos, right? They be like, they be thinking that God ain't real, right? And so they be like, okay, y'all say God's so real. They'll say it, you know, sarcastically, right? But they were like, God, if you so real, let me see this right now. Or let it start raining right now. And, you know, God don't entertain all foolishness. But if God really want to prove to you that he is real, you will see whatever you asking for. Or God may put you in a situation where you on your last time. You can be in the hospital. You can be in an accident. You can be needing money. You can be on God camps. Anything can happen to you. And you ain't got not a soul to call on. But who? But God. I'm telling you. People don't be thinking God. People be thinking God ain't real. Man, God real, bro. You know what I'm saying? God real. You know, I realized, though, something. I feel like God is more connected to the poor. Like, God is more connected to, like, Not saying that like you have to be poor in order to be connected to God. That's not what I'm saying at all. Because God is connected to middle class, high class. God connects to a lot of people. But I feel like a lot of times when God get connected to people, I feel like they be poor. Like you be in a situation where you be in a situation where you really need God in order to understand God and know that God is real. You know what I'm saying? So even if it ain't money, you can be poor in your physical. Your body can be poor. You know what I'm saying? You could be poor in your mental, having depressive episodes. Everything poor don't mean money. Poor mean in the areas of your life you can lack to where you really need God. So God a lot of the times put people in tough situations where you just gotta call on. You gotta rely on them. You know what I'm saying? A girl chat. I've been let's say that's a good idea. A girl. Oh, you talking about with me and my sister? Okay. Caprisiana, I love your nails. Who did your nails? I done went downtown Atlanta, got these nails done. I really don't like them. I think I should have got them all black short, because this right here, it kind of too childish to me. But thank you, though. I had let the lady freestyle on it. Ain't my cup of tea. You're so pretty. Thank you so much. Thank you. My hair all looking wild. Thank you. Thank you, though. Thank you, beautiful. I'm so proud of you at your age. You are so inspirational, positive. I love how you're open to learn, grow, and take constructive criticism. Never change and continue to keep God first above all things. Thank you so much, beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for your spirit. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I really be needing that uplifting energy and that reassurance, man. It's very empowering and it's just very positive. I'm so happy you feel that way about me. And I can just tell you got a good spirit from what you're saying. Because I feel like a lot of people think that I can't take constructive criticism and that I only want to hear good things, or I don't want y'all to talk about, Tim. It's not those things. It's just that I want y'all to connect with me, understand me. I don't mind taking constructive criticism, but I don't want people to judge my every single move. Like I don't want you to just feel like you got to tell me something all the time. Like sometimes just pour a little love into me as well as, helping me out on this journey of life. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm human just like you. I don't want you to be judged. I don't want people to judge me on every single thing. Cause baby, if we really seen the other flip side of your life, baby, you got a lot of things that can be judged on too. Quite frankly, can't really nobody judge me but God. So that's why sometimes I don't take criticism from everyone, because I feel like people be more focused on the criticism than pouring out love as well. I don't like that, because at that point you become a monitoring spirit. So I'm very grateful that you poured good advice and good love into me. That was needed. Thank you. Someone say I overthink a lot, girl. Any advice? Now, no, you didn't ask these questions to an overthinker. You asked these questions to someone who also overthinks everything, a lot of things. So honestly, let me see some advice. What advice would I give to an overthinker as an overthinker? I think overthinking can be good and bad, but a lot of times as an overthinker, you be right. I feel like a lot of times as an overthinker, you be right. I feel like when you overthink a lot, it be your intuition sometimes. Sometimes it can just be a response out of fear. But I think sometimes it can just be your intuition saving you. Because sometimes I ain't gonna lie, as an overthink. Ooh, excuse me. Sometimes I ain't gonna lie, as an overthinker, I think that I tend to prepare for the worst, which is not good. Because it's not that I want to manifest the worst to happen, but it's just like, okay, well, how bad can it get? You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of times they can save you, but also be harmful for you. So I think it's just about having balance. I think it's about learning how to shut your mind off a little bit, and also pray about it. Of course, I gotta throw that in there. To just help you just trust God more, and not focus so much on just trusting your own mind. Because a lot of times, sometimes your mind don't be right, and every thought that you think ain't yours. That's another thing. Every thought that you think is not you. Sometimes thoughts are implanted in your mind. It may sound crazy to some, but that's how it is, seriously. So you just gotta make sure that you don't fry your brain. Don't fry your brain. Learn how to just, if you are overthinking about something too, do a pros and cons list. What is the good about this situation? What is the bad about this situation? You know what I'm saying? Um, and after you think about what's the worst that can happen, decide if you want to allow yourself in this space, area, person, whatever situation. Even if you just thinking about what career choice to choose, whatever it could be. Sometimes you got to pray about stuff, man. Sometimes the overthinking brain really don't be healthy because sometimes it just make you, think more about things than you should. So then you end up start thinking more negative than positive about things. So sometimes you just gotta turn your all right brain on heard enough. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just gotta turn the brain off, write it down, pray about it, and just let it go. You know what I'm saying? Cause sometimes overthinking can lead you all the way in the stress, man. And like, hold on, I done took this little small situation to the moon. You know what I'm saying? And it really don't even be that serious sometimes. Sometimes it do though. A lot of times I feel like it do. But here I am overthink. I ain't gonna overthink about this response now. It's the advice I have. And I hope it was helpful for you. I love your last vlog. Girl, you had me in tears. Love you. Keep up the work. Thank you so much. Love you too. Thank you. I'm happy you enjoyed my vlog. Oh Lord. Okay, I put one YouTube video. I took it down because I care a lot about what people say about me. Now that is where you go wrong. Okay, what's that book I was reading the other day at Barnes and Noble? Dang, what's that book I was reading? I think it's called the subtle art about giving a fuck. That's what the book was called. And the book basically, I read like the first 4 to 5 pages and went on to the next book to see which one I was most interested in. However, the book was really talking about stop caring so much about what people think, man. And this something I gotta work on myself because sometimes I feed too much into negative comments and I got so much love. But a lot of times what you think people are thinking about you, they don't. They don't. Now, not only that, say if they are thinking about the things that you think that they thinking about you, who cares? They got a lot in their life that you can think about on them too. A lot of people are very insecure. So some of the things the negative things that you may think they thinking about you, they really just thinking about it about themselves. And they taking it out on you. The thing is, stop caring about what people think, man. Caring about what people think holds you back. It holds you back too far in life. Then you 80 years old wishing you did more in your 20s and your 30s and 40s instead of caring so much about what people think. And another thing, you care about what people think, right? People only thinking about you for a minute or two. After that minute or two, them folks going right back to their life. You think they sitting at home thinking about you every day, all day? Man, they don't care. People gonna talk stuff for 2 to 3 minutes and they gone back on. Today they all right, here go reality. Or they doom scrolling and looking at somebody else's life all day. All they caring so much about people think they don't do that but hold you back. You can be meant to be, being on the platform to connect with people, to, do whatever you supposed to be doing, and you so focused on what everybody else think. Man, stop worrying about that because ain't nobody the people who talking junk about you, man, Jesus was judged. If you scared of being judged about people, you got a lot of things coming. Because get what? Even if you don't post a YouTube video, somebody judging you right now. You might get up and go to Walmart tomorrow and somebody gonna be talking about you at Walmart. Ooh, look at her shoe, look at her hair. Ooh, girl, she got all that stuff in her cart. People gonna talk about you even if you don't do what you want to do. You can't run away from being judged. Everybody gonna talk. Sometimes you just gotta look at it like, man, everybody might be talking about me, but I don't care. Ain't nobody saying it to my face. Even if they saying it online, they ain't saying it to your face. So stop caring so much about people think. I say post a video. Even if it don't get no views, who cares? Views come and go. They're gonna be up sometimes, gonna be down sometimes, gonna be up sometimes, down sometimes. Just do what you want to do. Live for you. Live for you. Stop living to please everybody. Cause at that point, you living in a state of just wanting to be not that what is called. What's the word I'm looking for? Start with a I don't know. You looking to be accepted, okay? Stop trying to. Everybody ain't gonna accept you. Even if you show up and be your best person, your positive person, you show up and you don't make no mistakes. People is gonna judge you, honey. You can't run from that. And it's okay, cause who cares? Who really cares, man? Nobody care about what people think. Um, and if you do, pray to stop caring about people think, man. You know, sometimes it do be hard if you know you lack certain self-love and self-confidence, you know, in you. And this is not a bad thing because we are human and I've experienced it too. Sometimes I may still do, you know. But if you do lack certain areas in your life that make you focus so much on what other people is saying about you, sometimes you just gotta pray about it, journal it out. You know what I'm saying? Because it is natural as a human to care about what other people think. However, you shouldn't care so much about what other people think to the point it dictate what you do in your life. This is your life. If you care so much to the point where you allow them to control what you're doing in your life, you don't gave them too much power. Too much power. You got to get out of that. Not to say it like that in a harsh way, but I'm just being honest. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, don't be afraid to step out there. Yeah. You're welcome. Don't ever be afraid to step out there. Cause get what? What you want you would you rather stay sitting here like a statue in the same place cause you scared about what people gonna say about you? Or you step out there, do what you do, fearlessly, confidently, receive whatever feedback you receive. And say if the video that you posting, you think it's gonna be so negative. What if it ain't nothing but positivity? You never know what you're going to receive. Sometimes we be our own worst enemy. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes the negative thoughts that you thinking ain't nobody thinking it but you. Now also not every thought you think is you, but sometimes ain't nobody think about it but you. Sometimes you just be your own worst enemy. So stop pour love into yourself. Okay, someone said my dad never spent time with me without his girlfriend being there. Now that's crazy. When he would take me shopping, she came every time. Now you know what? I would hate that too. I would hate that too. You can't spend a one-on-one time. Now I get that. I fully understand it. And it kind of start making you resent the girlfriend, even if you ain't trying to. Cause it's like, girl, why you always around? You ain't got nothing else to do. Now it really is probably do be your daddy fault. Cause I mean, he need to learn how to prioritize romance and prioritize his daughter. So that right there is kind of just crazy to me. I mean, dad got to learn how to separate the two. You know what I'm saying? It's almost, I don't know what it's like. Was he trying to impress her or it's just always been like that? I don't know what to say about this situation other than that's crazy. Look at it this way. They are missing out on experiencing your growth and watching their grandson become a wonderful young man. Yep. Amen. Thank you. Hello, I'm sorry for what you went through. Don't be sorry. Only the strong survive. Thank you so much. Thank you, though. Just scrolling past from one girl to another, you are gorgeous. Thank you so much. Yeah, look, yep. Let me scroll down because I'm missing y'all comments. I'm missing y'all comments. Let me scroll down. Hold on, wait. I'm being controlled. What you mean by that? Let me scroll down and see what y'all saying. Cause I'd be like, God, why am I overthinking if the man like me or not? Facts. Do you facts? Yep. Sometimes you do be overthinking stuff like that, and it be hard because you be like your heart be in it, but then you be like, God, it did what you really want. Then it's like if God give you the sign, you still be kind of overthinking it. Cause you, I swear, overthinking is not an easy thing to deal with, honestly. These regular daily people could never make me feel bothered or care about what they thinking. They showed, and they shouldn't. They need to worry about what God thinks about them, right? Because the thing about that, every person that judge you got to be judged too. Not only by our Lord and Savior, but they get judged by other people too. The person that's talking bad about you, somebody talking bad about them. Everybody get talked bad about, but it don't matter. Because you want to know why? Humans get bored. All they do is talk. All they do is find problems. Some people be miserable. They just find problems and try to create problems in your life. Can't feed into everything that everybody saying and stuff. Someone said, hey, I love your videos. Hey, I'm so happy you love them. I'm happy you tuned in. Thank you so much. What a beautiful young lady. And they'll even talk when you dead too. Look, clock it. So I'm telling you, humans get bored. They just talk. They just gonna talk. Just let them folks talk and make the least of your concerns. Tell them. You done had dreams about your old boo thing. Don't know what to believe no more. Man, no. I feel like when you have dreams about people, I don't know. They can be, I don't know how, it can be interpreted in a lot of different ways. It can be good and it can be bad. I be thinking that if I have a dream about somebody old, that they must been thinking about me or something. Or the enemy trying to get me to go back. Or maybe God could be, I don't know, it could be real tricky. It could be real tricky. I feel like when stuff like that happen, you kind of got to use your discernment. Because it can be real tricky. It can be real tricky. It can be like a card game, like a puzzle. I mean, that what I meant to say. Like a puzzle, real tricky. So you just got to make sure. Mm-hmm. Please remember that Jesus loves you dearly. Amen. Jesus loves you too. You look like a banger, Lord. Hold on now. What that mean? From Apex. Misery do love company. And then it could be a year and then the video blows up. Yup. That's so true, Cara. It could be a year and the video just blow up out of nowhere. That's why I feel like when it comes to content creation, stop focusing so much on views and likes and all that. Just pour out the content. You never know who it's gonna reach. You never know. Man, I had seen this thing, right? Where this guy, he didn't have many viewers on his channel, but Oprah was watching him. Oprah tuned in to his channel. I think she ended up buying his book and then just talking about his book in the interview or something. Oprah was looking at the man YouTube channel. He didn't really have that many viewers. He went big or nothing. Man, you never know who watching you. You never know who you connecting with. You never know, who you can influence. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I feel like we be so hard on ourselves, we don't be knowing our own worth. You gotta learn to know your worth and pour into yourself. Listen, when it comes to having dreams about an old boo thing, I rebuked it so quick. I had a soul tie with him. That's how I be. That's why I was thinking like, if you had, I ain't want to like gotta be negative or nothing or seem negative, but I think when you have dreams about somebody old, I think it's an old spirit trying to come back up. Cause sometimes you gotta think about it. It's the reason why y'all ain't together no more. It's the reason why you separated yourself from them. Going back into the old Dirk, I don't seen a lot of people go back to their exes and it don't never really seem to turn out too good. You know what I'm saying? I don't seen some stories where it's like they both decided to just break up and focus on themselves and then they could become reconnected. But sometimes I feel like I say you gotta use your discernment. I don't think it really be good a lot of the times. Old wounds old feelings and stuff trying to come back up. Especially depending on the type of relationship y'all had. Like, how did he treat you? How did he talk to you? Did he use you? You got to kind of look at people for who they are and just not the person that you created them to be in your mind too now. Somebody, hello, you find this. Thank you. What did it say? I remember. I think you said Queen Najimon was watching your game. Now it surprised me, and that's who I thought about when I just said it. It's crazy, yeah. Yep, Queen Najimon was looking at my live, man. I was so surprised to hear that. Like, dang, that's crazy. This crazy. It's a blessing. It's really crazy. Caprisiana, your video opened up about your trauma was inspiring. I can relate so much. I also have a lot of family trauma, and you gave me perspective to heal in our Lord and Savior. Amen. That's good. I'm happy it influenced you, man. A lot of people deal with a lot of things that they don't talk about. And that's something that I realized that makes you stand out more in social media is when you're real and transparent and people can connect to you. People want to connect with something that they can feel, that they can understand, that they can gravitate to. It's so much fakeness on social media. You know what I'm saying? Like people just want their lives to look perfect all the time. You know, I look on social media and I see a lot of girls going Target shopping. I see a lot of girls doing a self-care vlog, but all they be doing is going to get their hair, nails, and toes done. Okay, that's cool, that's cute. But what about the self-care part about you needing to talk a little bit about the things that you're actually facing in this life? That's self-care too. You know what I'm saying? What about just journaling in your self-care vlog? That's self-care too. You know what I'm saying? I think it's just a lot of repetitive content that's not very real and transparent. And that's what I love about my content for myself personally. I think a lot of some of the new content that I'm now creating, I feel is a lot of the content that I would enjoy because it's real, it's transparent, it's just relatable. You know, and that's what people need to, it's like a breath of fresh air. You know what I'm saying? Is what I would, think it is. But self-care and all that stuff is it's so much more than just what social media shows. I feel like social media shows this perfect life, and life is not perfect, bro. Life is so not perfect. I'm 22 with two kids and been with mine since I was 13 on and off, and it's not easy. Yeah. Dang, that's a lot. So y'all been together since you was 13 years old? I didn't really think that stuff like that really be happening. Like people be together since they was like real young. Like I don't see like high school sweethearts and stuff like that, but I didn't know that people be together for that long. You know what I'm saying? But you said it's on and off. I feel like on and off is confusion. God is not the author of confusion. So maybe y'all were just supposed to be in each other's lives for a certain amount of time to help each other grow. I personally know, only you know what's best for you. Obviously, I'm not gonna sit up here and act like I'm a counselor or therapist to tell you what's wrong and right in your life because I am nobody to judge. But it just sounds like you just still really love him, and maybe he really loves you too. And y'all trying to stay connected but can't stay connected. I feel like when it's an on and off situation, it's something that's not aligned in your life. It's a situation that you're no longer supposed to be connected to, because if you are supposed to be connected to it, it won't be so confusing. You know what I'm saying? And with y'all have been together for so long, y'all should be definitely be married by now. Even if it is young, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all should definitely be married and stuff by now. But I say, I don't know. I say you should pour more into yourself. Even if things are complicated and stuff, I say, regardless of whatever decisions you make, it's your life, you're grown. I do say you should make wise decisions. You should think about it, do a pros and cons list, or whatever the case may be to help you. But I think you should use this time to pour into you. Even as a mother, obviously take care of your kids, do what you got to do, but show yourself some self-love. You know, not only that, if you train a man to be comfortable to keep coming in and out of your life whenever he wants to, you're showing him that you don't have any self-worth. You're showing him that he can do what he want to do, come back, what he want to do, come back, what he want to do, come back. Because a lot of the times in these situations, I don't know y'all situation, but I feel like a lot of times in these situation, the woman tends to be more committed and loyal because of her heart and, emotional and stuff like that. But I just think that it's not worth it. I think you should pour into yourself, focus on your kids, stop having kids. If you're not until you're married. Stop just having kids just because y'all been together so long. Sometimes another thing that is a hard thing to grasp, right? Um, Sometimes the time doesn't matter. I feel like a lot of the time the woman focus so much on, because a lot of times I feel like the men do not be caring as much. Trust and believe. I'm not saying he don't care about you and he don't love you, but if he want to lock down with you, he will lock down with you by now. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if y'all have had rough patches in y'all life, you done wrong, he done wrong. If a man want to see him spend the rest of his life with you, what's taking so long? You comfortable enough to be in and out. You comfortable enough to have sex. You comfortable enough to give me these kids. What's the commitment at? At that point, you get to a point where you just don't waste your time. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing but trauma bonding. Like, no, man. Just don't why you committing yourself fully to somebody that ain't, I don't know. I can't speak too much on it because I don't want to offend you, but I am gonna give some raw advice. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't do it. Y'all been together for y'all been together since you were 13, you 22. How many years that is? This about 8, 9 years. Y'all have been together that long. And y'all still on and off. Y'all still ain't married. Man, no, man. No. Not even only about marriage, but it's just more so about, like, why is he on and off? That's the part that really got me. The on and off part really got me. The on and off ain't nothing but confusion. Nothing but confusion. Pour into yourself. Pour into yourself. Pour into yourself. Another thing, you stand on business about not allowing somebody in and out of your life. Either he'll hurry up and get his stuff together that you've been begging him to do and make you the one for him, or he gonna keep on wasting time because you want to know why? You've allowed him to get comfortable. He gonna start thinking, yeah, she just talking again. She'll be back. Oh, yeah, she just talking again. She'll be back. Then you look up at your life and you 30 and you done wasted all your 20s on somebody who never intended to take you seriously. And you holding on because you thinking about the timely matter. Yes, don't mean this. Just because you been with somebody for 13 years, man, they don't mean, I'm not 13 years, 8, 9 years, whatever. You can be with somebody in 3 years and they treat you a million times better than the person in that time did. You know what I'm saying? And this here is just not to offend you at all. It's not to offend you at all. It's not. I promise I'm not. I'm just being very, very honest. I'll sit up there and, no, man. Why waste all your time on that? On and off. Inconsistency. What you want? Is you gonna work through it with me through the hardship, so you ain't? You done gave me these kids. We done been together all this time. What you gonna do? All that in and out, the door opening, closing, and you hoping that it just stay open. And I ain't got time for all that. Is you gonna be open or you gonna be closed? You gotta pick and choose. I'm not gonna keep on allowing open space, open space, open space. No, make a commitment, make a time. Let's get it going through the hardships, through the hard times, rough patches. Even if we dead, down, broken, dirty together, we gonna stick through it or we ain't. Stop allowing open and closed door for people to be in and out of your life. Stop that. You deserve more than that. You deserve more than that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. On and off ain't nothing but confusion. But confusion. That's so true when you already doing everything a wife and husband is doing. Yeah. Yeah, that's why I had to go ahead and start doing all that. I said I'm not finna keep. I had one baby out of wedlock. I'm not finna keep having all these kids out of wedlock. I want to be having kids with somebody that I'm married to, that I'm in love with, that I know gonna be here if I'm stuck down, dirty, on bed, on the bed in the hospital. I know he gonna be there for me. You know what I'm saying? I know he gonna ride till the wheels fall off. If we whatever I'm going through, that's what I want to create a family and a foundation in. Want to know why? Because there's stability, and not only that, it teaches my kid to do the same thing when he grow up. Commit to one person, stick with them through everything, work through everything as a union. And it also teaches what? My grandkids to do the same thing. You gotta stop, bro. You gotta break generational curses. You sitting around here doing the same thing your mama did. Not saying that you are, but that's what a lot of people do. They sit around and do the same thing their parents did. Stick around with somebody they hold all these years and knowing they being down bad, cheating and abused and disrespected and all, and just staying with them all because they love them. Love ain't enough. Love ain't enough. You need more than love. You need consistency. You need respect. You need somebody that's compassionate, that's understanding, that can communicate. Even when things are difficult, someone who has control over their emotions and themselves. Now, some of these things that I'm mentioning, I need to work on too. But that's why I ain't doing all that no more. I ain't doing all that no more. No, man, no. I don't want to be doing the same. I don't want to do that. You definitely know what you want and follow your beliefs. Yep. On and off a lot of the times is based on the soul tie. It don't be nothing but the sex. There's something about the relationship too, man. Sometimes you think you really, really love them and you really can't leave them alone until you close your lids. You close your lids and you realize this is why I feel the way I feel about you. This is what I don't like about you. Sometimes you really only really love a person and want them there because you don't connected your soul with them and you were never supposed to even be intertwined with them. Another thing, once you close your legs, man, people leave, boy. People who want to have sex, even if you do want to have sex too, people who really, really want to have sex and you ain't giving it to them, they gonna get it somewhere. Oh, you better believe it. They gonna get it somewhere. So a lot feel like once you close your legs, you also realize how much a person really values and respects you. You know what I'm saying? Once you have boundaries and close your legs and stand on business about yourself, people gonna stop playing with you. People gonna stop playing with you. If you allow somebody to play with you, oh, they gonna keep playing. They gonna keep on playing. It's a football game, baby. Oh, I can go here and be with her for this amount of time. Then I can turn around and go be with her for a couple of days. Then I can talk to her too on the side. And then I can still, oh, I got pussy here, pussy. Let me not say that, but I got this here, this there. I got it there. Well, they feel like they the king in life. And the whole time ain't nothing but a dirt broke bone. There what a lot on. I ain't gonna say that's what he is, but there what a lot of people be, man. You gotta know what you really pouring yourself into. Girl, it's one thing I don't agree with, man. I know that a lot of our parents did have a lot of kids out of wedlock or kid, whatever, a kid like I have out of wedlock, but that's not what it's supposed to be. That's not what it's supposed to be. I'm not judging. I am judging, actually. I'm gonna be honest. I am kind of judging. Only based off of the information that she gave me. But I'm not judging in a way to harm her. I'm judging in a way to inform her, enlighten her. Like I'm just saying, all I'm saying is pour into yourself. Don't allow a man to walk in and out of your life. Stand on business about yourself. Have boundaries. What I'm saying is not about, saying that he's a bad person, saying that, he's no good, leave him alone. But I'm saying that she needs to have boundaries. I'm saying that, you don't keep letting nobody walk in and out of your life. And if y'all are on and off, more than likely it ain't aligned. You know what I'm saying? So that's all it is. That's all it is. I'm never judging anybody because, like I just mentioned, who am I to judge, baby? I go through things just like y'all. My life ain't perfect, just like y'all. However, if you put something in my chat, you want advice. So that means I'm going to give you wet, raw, and uncut. Raw and uncut. I might tell you some things that you don't want to hear or that you might don't agree with, but just take whatever I said with a grain of salt. I might not care. I might not be right about everything that I'm saying, but I'm just giving you the advice that I would want to hear if I was in your situation. I'm not gonna sit around here and be all sweet and gentle. I'm gonna be honest. You put it in my chat because you wanted some advice, so I'm gonna tell you exactly what it is. I'm going to tell you what it is. Sometimes a lot of women don't have the guidance that they need or the attention or they don't have the wisdom poured into them so that they can make wise decisions. She's young. She's only 22 years old. You know what I'm saying? And I'm only 24. But at the end of the day, as women, we should be able to uplift each other and tell each other things even if we don't want to hear it, to help each other make wiser decisions. This is not a judging thing. This is a straight up being honest thing. This is, I'm going to tell you what I think you should hear. Take it with a grain of salt. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. But this is what I think about your situation. Sometimes people got to stop being so sensitive. Think about it. It ain't about being sensitive. Sometimes you need advice. Just like I need advice sometimes other people need advice. That's all it is. I'm never judging. I'm never judging because who am I to judge? Who am I to judge? I'm pouring into her wisdom, I'm pouring into her things that she may need to hear. You know what I'm saying? Self-love is the best love. It don't matter about how long you've been together with somebody. It don't matter about none of that. It matter about how are you showing up in this situation for yourself? How is this situation benefiting you? That's what it's about. So I said, God cares about his daughters. I got done making up with my ex. I go to start the car battery died. Did not turn on. I said, oh, we're officially done. I ain't gonna play with God. Yep. One thing about God, if you don't move people out of your life, get what? He'll make it to a way where you won't be able to connect with them no more. God will give you so many warnings before destruction. And a lot of times, a lot of us be disobedient because of we love somebody, which is understandable. But just know that if you don't do it in the time when God told you to do it, something is going to happen to where he will force you into doing it. They don't always mean, tragic or whatever, but sometimes God have to wake you up. You know what I'm saying? But it's also important to understand your discernment and know that God is telling you to do these things instead of the enemy. Knowing your self-worth will make your life easier. You won't have time for anything but what's real. You better tell them. You better tell them. Yeah. Self-love, man. If I'd have known a lot of the wisdom that I have now early on, man, I'd have saved myself from a lot of things. In all honesty, man, I'd save myself from a lot of things. That's why I try to, whenever people come to me about their situations, I try to pour into them because I know what it's like to be young and misguided and searching for love and all that type of stuff. Like I know what that feels like. So I just try to tell you whatever I think you should hear, whether you agree or not. It's human nature to judge, but not to condemn. Love your channel. Thank you so much. Yeah, I ain't trying to condemn nobody. I'm not even really trying too much judge somebody. I'm just really trying to, pour into them. Cause funny girl, some men are Satan themselves. Well, that's why I pray before I talk to a man for real. Like, Lord, show me this man's heart before I give him mine. Oh, that's good, Miss Kathy. That's good. That's good right there. I like that. I like that one a lot. Lord, show me this man's heart before I give him mine. Man, I got to use that one. I ain't never thought about that. See how they did wisdom, pouring into each other. But for real, I never thought about that. Okay. That's a good one right there. I love that. It's real good. Exactly, baby girl. I love you. That's why I always watch your content. I'm 58. You are so smart. You're giving good advice. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, I would never want y'all, anyone to feel like I'm trying to belittle them or, whatever the case may be. I really love my supporters. I just like to, give advice that I think you may need. My dad's in, oh, but thank you so much for the compliments, love. Thank you. My dad's in prison and my name and my mama, wait, my dad's in prison and my mama is. Don't know. I don't have many I can turn to. I really appreciate all the advice. Wow. That's why when you told me your story and a little glimpse of, what you're going through, not only as well as your age, it kind of reminded me a little bit of, me a couple years ago. You know what I'm saying? Just young, searching for love, wanting to feel loved, not really having any guidance. So your situation is definitely understandable, and it's also understandable why it can be hard to let go of something that you kind of know you should detach from. Um, that's why I feel like I was just stating so much more on just pouring into you. Like, you sometimes you get just really got to sit back and just kind of disconnect your heart just a little, just a little bit from them, and focus on what you want, what is good for you. When your kids get older, is this the type of relationship you would like for them to see? Y'all have, like, I think a lot of things about it is just about just making sure that you're making wise decisions, and you are young, so maybe you do have to experience a little bit more to make better decisions. That's a part of life. A lot of people really don't start making wise decisions, I feel, um until they prioritize themselves and just get older and just get more wiser. But what I say, through your situation, I know that can definitely be a lot on you, especially with both of your parents being in prison. I say, man, I just feel like you need to focus on yourself more. Like, my intuition, I just feel like you just need to focus on yourself more. Like, you kind of pulled so in. I don't know if this is correct. This is what I'm just assuming. It seems like, it could be just pulled too in on that, and just really kind of need to pull some of your energy back from you to you, and pour into yourself and realize what your, is this what you want? You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, another thing, man, sometimes we live so much in a fantasy world. Sometimes we stay connected to people because we hope that they would do better. We just hope and pray that they would just do better for us or to us or whatever. And in reality, sometimes you do gotta accept people for who they are. Now, I'm not trying to make the story for you, or like trying to figure out your life, because that's not what I'm implying at all. I guess I'm just trying to understand a little bit about your situation. But I do appreciate that you're able to take a little bit of constructive criticism in a way, or not even really constructive criticism, but more so just like advice. And I like that. I like that about you, because I feel like a lot of people would just really get really, really offended, and just, you know, probably paint a person as a bad person because, they hearing things that they don't like. So I do like Dre to take advice. That says a lot about your character. That says that you're willing to understand or hear other people's point of view, um, maybe change or look at your situation differently. That says a lot about your character. Being able to take some advice. You know what I'm saying? So that's really, really good. I hope the advice I gave you was useful. I don't want to dig too deep into your story, so I'm gonna cut back on it. But I did give the advice that I think could be very useful for you. I wish I had more young women like you in my life when I was a young woman. Yes, and that's why I try to, that's why I try to be open and as transparent as I am, because I know what it's like. Like, y'all, I know what it's like to be young and to be looking for love, or to be wanting someone to fit you so bad. You know, like I know what it's like to not have anyone. Like I know what it's like to just be lost and really just even wanting to hear somebody point of view or wanting to, you know, get some type of wisdom or advice from other people. You know what I'm saying? I know what it's like. So that's why when I give advice, I try to give it from my heart because I feel like, well, what would I have wanted to hear being in this situation? It's never to criticize, it's always to help evolve. You know what I'm saying? Say, oh, exactly. Thankfully, I got out before I had this man's child. I took that as a major sign. A sign is a sign, no matter how big or small. I'm glad you listened to. Cause one thing, some people probably would have ignored it and be like, dang, something wrong with my car. But God know how to connect with people, boy. Jesus, but Jesus know how to tell you, oh, this is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jesus knew that happening to your car was gonna wake you up. You know, and everybody will never caught on to that. You gotta be connected to understand it. Ooh, this is good, Miss. I hope I pronounced it right. Vieta Fulford. A man is going to love you like you love you. Ooh, I probably need to even hear that one. That's good right there. A man is going to love you like you love you. Until you follow the love that God gives you, you will always compromise yourself for worldly reasons. This is real good. You just said a whole mouthful right there. Man, there's so many people need to hear that. Man, it's good. And another thing, man, it be so hard when you grew up with lack of love in your life because you just automatically compromise so that you can receive some type of love. But that's why you gotta love yourself. That's a good word right there. That's a real good word. I love it. That is a real good word. A man is going to love you like you love you until you follow the love that God gives you. You will always compromise the love for yourself in order to receive worldly love. Man, it's good. I'm finna screenshot that, man. It's a good one right there. I had my first set 15. We split for a couple months, got back together and had our second. Mm-mm. No, no. I can understand it, you know what I'm saying? Because I can understand your situation fully. However, I don't think that is I don't think that's what's for you. I don't think that's what's for you, man. I think, man, it's so hard though, man. You know, evolving and growing up in life and realizing that you make all the decisions for yourself when you're really still a young child at heart. Like you really still a baby at heart. You know what I'm saying? Like you really still need more guidance. You really still need more love and more attention poured into you. So you just end up just settling, you know what I'm saying? Like hoping that a person change or choose you or be better. Wow. Having your first child at 15. How was that experience? How was that experience? I'm sure there was a lot because you were at that point you were baby raising a baby. You know what I'm saying? Man, it's crazy. I don't think he is for you. So that means you had a child at 15, then you had a child at 17. And now you're 22 years old. Okay. And Lord, they was off the dome, they was off the dome Caprici the first time I said it. God is in this chat. Amen. No, my dad's in prison and I don't know my mom. Oh, okay. Okay, your dad in prison, you don't know your mom. She left when you was a month old. Man, the only man I ever been with and gave my heart to. Man, I understand your situation. I might not understand it fully, but I get it. I get it. Oh man, I get that one. It's like he's all you know. You know what I'm saying? It's like he's all you know. You know what I'm saying? Like he really the main person you done connected yourself with. But that's never an excuse to stay. That's never an excuse to settle. You know what I'm saying? This it is never exactly because our generational curses mainly come from the decisions we decide to make. It's not all the enemy. You better tell them. Better tell them, Miss Kathy. That's what I'm saying. One thing people gotta realize: you are in control of your life. God will guide you, lead you, talk to you, but God gives you the freedom to make decisions in your life. It's up to you to, rely on God and to be wise and inform yourself to make wise decisions. But when you look back at when you as you get older and you look back at your life, a lot of the times it really be your fault that you be in a lot of situations because you had the control to make better decisions. You know what I'm saying? Depending on what it is, obviously. But a lot of times we have control. Like, you like Miss Colby, you have the control of how many times you allow, you know, him to come in and out of how many kids you allow him to give you and just in and out. Like, and I'm not, talking about your situation, but I'm just being honest and I just kind of use your situation since you're being open, which I feel really grateful that you feel like you can be open in my chat. But with us in the chat, this says a lot. But you have control of what you allow. You can't just be, that's why I spoke a lot about having boundaries, spoke a lot about self-love, because that's what you need. You cannot sit around here and make all these decisions just because you love someone and then you look up and realize that you should have been left. You know what I'm saying? That you should have been made better decisions. Yeah. And ooh, that's good. Y'all speaking in the chat tonight. Y'all are speaking in the chat tonight. Man, what is it? Um, I agree, Caprice. Sometimes we're giving all of us to someone else and giving none to ourselves. Hello. I agree with that. Nope, they don't change. They are not the money. They won't get any change from. Man, I agree. I agree with that statement, man. That's why, man. And you know what? I seen this thing on TikTok. It said we as women tend to stay too long. But the minute the man is upset, adios. Not upset, but ready to be done, adios. Adios. Especially a man that hasn't committed himself to you for y'all lifetime. The minute they ready to get out of their relationship, you wake up and they gone. Women hold on so long. That's because we're so emotional and we're so like loving and nurturing. But man, everybody don't deserve that loving, nurturing side of us. That side of you. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have discernment. Or we hang on because it's familiar, it's comfortable. You gotta pray to God. To make you feel so uncomfortable, you leave. That's good. I remember, y'all, I was in a relationship. Actually, my last relationship before this one. And I knew God was telling me to get out of this relationship. And I mean, God had sent the person to just do me wrong, really. And I still loved him. You know what I'm saying? Like at that time in my life, I had still loved him. I still like he cheated. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't really that good, but I didn't understand why I still loved him. I didn't understand why I still stayed. But the minute I just got so tired of it, even though I still loved him, I prayed. I said, God, please remove this man out of my life if this is not what you have ordained. Please make him stop liking me. I did more than a removal prayer. God, make him to stop liking me so that I can get disconnected from him. Within the next 3 days, oh, he stopped liking me. He stopped liking me. He stopped liking me. And it may sound crazy to some, but I'm telling you, God can do some things that you just can't do, that nobody can't do. And when he stopped liking me, it hurted my feelings, even though I had prayed and asked God for that. It hurted my feelings, but it released me. It released me. It helped me release from what God never intended to be in my life. Man, it's crazy. Yep. Pray to God. Yeah, dang, it's crazy right there. Yep, that she really, Miss Kathy speaking that tonight. Miss Kathy, you God using you in the chat. I'm telling you. Speaking it. Okay, I know TMI, but the first time you did something, you got pregnant. I haven't had a positive real male role model, which is why I think I stay. And I don't take any offense at all. I appreciate it. Okay. Um, I didn't have a positive real male role model. In fact, I think a lot of women don't. Some women are very, very blessed to have amazing dads, amazing uncles, but I feel like a lot of women still, I feel like it's like a 70-30 percentage. 70 don't, 30% do. This is just my calculations. I'm not saying it's all the way correct. However, a lot of us don't have good role models. I think a lot of us just learn as time goes by through experiences and through just being hurt. After you allow so much, you get to the point where you just get so tired of it to where you just got to disconnect yourself. And I think honestly, that's how a lot of us as women learn, maybe even men too. That's how a lot of us learn. So I guess I'm saying all that to say, um, it's understandable why, you may still stay even though, you probably shouldn't or whatever, but don't use that as leverage, as an excuse, because a lot of women don't have guidance, and in your heart what you want. Even if you do love him, even if you do wish he would just change and do what's best for y'all or whatever the case may be, what you want in your heart. So that's why I say I feel like it's so best to pour into yourself, because the more you pour into yourself, the less room you leave for them to be in and out, in and out, in and out. The less room for you leave for him to be, leaving you with confusion. That in and out thing is not something that's healthy at all. I think you should. Sometimes I also think something that's pretty healthy, even if it's not, easy, is just to take back your power and focus more on yourself. And a man don't ever have the mindset of where it's like he know where home is. Because it's not that he know where home is. You're just accessible. You're just available. That's all that is. It's not that you're home. It's that he know that you are weak for him because you love him. A lot of men take advantage of the love that you have for them. This doesn't mean that you are a weak woman, but maybe you can't possibly just be really weak for him. You can say all day, he know what home at. He know what home at. But you ain't home, because if you was home, you'll want to stay. You know what I'm saying? He'll want to stay. It won't be no in and out confusion. You will be all he wants. If you are always available, not only with a place to stay, food to eat, but your legs open, he is using you more than loving you. Not saying that this is your case, but this is just what I feel. Ain't no such thing as he know what home is. Because you want to know what you allowing? Him to do whatever he want to do and come back to you. Like a doormat. You know how you come home and you always expect your doormat to just be sitting right in front of the door? That's what that is. That's not love. That's that's being used. You know what I'm saying? So don't allow somebody to just use you like a doormat, thinking that you gonna always be there. Don't let nobody wring you dry. You stressed out at home, overthinking it, crying, can't even be, mother right, ain't taking care of yourself. Get yourself out of that funk. You know what I'm saying? Pray about it. Get closer with God. If you not closer with God, pray. I feel like reading the Bible matters, so I'm never gonna belittle that. But prayer with scripture do some things. Now that's something I'm learning on myself. But prayer is gonna connect with God expeditiously. A lot of the times God is waiting on you to come forth to him and display your problems and talk about whatever you're going through. Cry out to God. You ain't got to come to God with no perfect prayer. Come to God just as you are. God, this is what I'm going through. Help me through it. Get me out of it. Make me stronger. Make me wiser. Help me disconnect from it if this is not what you have aligned in my life. Just make me wise through you. Make me love you and more than anything. God, help me love myself more than I love him. God, help me get out of this situation so that I can have a better. The thing is, you don't want your kids to be seeing and experience the same type of pain you felt from your parents. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that you would ever neglect your child as your mother did you, but like, what type of guy is he? Is it possibility that he could be in prison or something? You know what I'm saying? God forbid that. I'm not putting it on him or anything, but I'm just saying you have to make wise decisions and not only think about yourself, but think about your kids. You are the experience that your kids will have with love. If you teach them that if you teach your daughter that it's okay for a man to walk in and out her life, you will help her settle when she gets older. If you teach your son, that it's okay for a man to disrespect you, abuse you, talk to you any kind of way, do you any kind of way, be in and out, he will begin to do that with women. You are the foundation that your kids will have for their future. You are teaching them on how they should live. So when you make wise decisions, when you make decisions, do not only think about yourself. Sometimes you got to pull your heart out of situations that's leaving you weak. You got to be strong for your kids. You got to be strong for you first of all. But you have to set an example for your kids. Is this the type of man you want your daughter to date? Is this the type of man that you would want your son to be? That lets you know if you should stay connected in this or not. And if he's saying he gonna change, meet back with him in a couple of years and see if something done shifted. Sometimes they say that just so they can keep you attached because they don't want nobody else to have you because they know you good. Give them some time, give them a year or two. Give them 6 months and see if something done shifted. Sometimes that's all it takes. You come back, you dealing with all the same stuff. Man, it ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. I've been missing out on the chat, y'all. I'm so happy I can just focus on myself and finally in life. My children on their own doing, well, it's just my husband and I. He's a workaholic, so it's just like living like a free woman. I know you have a lot of peace. How is it though having a workaholic husband? Because this is something that I felt like it can seem like he can begin to feel lonely. You know what I'm saying? If your partner is always at work, And I want to do like they start to feel like a slave. Or do some people just also enjoy working a lot though? But I just think that's because people don't know, people haven't experienced the other side of life either. You know what I'm saying? Like traveling and doing, just having fun, going out on dates or whatever the case may be. Um, so yeah, I wonder how that's like. Sometimes we get into relationships that we're not supposed to be in because that person wasn't promised to us. They were meant to be with someone else. That's why the relationship doesn't work out. Not only that, I feel like sometimes God allows you to connect with somebody just so that either they can help you through a phase or season in life, or you can help them in a season of life. Sometimes we try to make seasonal people lifetime people, and it's just not meant to be like that. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes we don't want to disconnect ourselves from these people because we love them so much, which is understandable. But if you've received a lot of signs, or you have this feeling that you should let it go, but you're not letting it go, God will help you let that go. God will allow the person to hurt you just so you can let them go and receive what is really meant for you. God intention is never just to hurt you. It's to help you progress. It's to help you evolve. It's to help you disconnect from things and people that don't serve you. So sometimes it is best to be obedient, because if you're not obedient, all you're doing is waiting to be hurt in order to follow what God has told you to be do. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to lie, sometimes the second option feels easier because it'd be too hard to leave. But man, you never know what type of hurt you're going to run into either though. I'm trying to. A girl's been through it, 2 years celibate because of it. That's good. Congratulations on your 2 years of so you're celibate or you abstinent? That's another thing. Some people talking about with me on TikTok. They said, man, y'all need to learn the difference between celibate and abstinent. It's like, man, but y'all know abstinent mean you waiting into marriage, and celibate mean you just taking a break or whatever. So a lot of you can be celibate while married. You could just take a break from sex in your marriage, and you're celibate. Um, so yeah, or abstinent, which means waiting until you get married. Some of your advice is helpful to me in my mid-30s, who is already married with kids and established. You are so wise. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm happy that it's useful for you, and you're able to be just listen. It takes, just listen. I like that. I love that. Oh my gosh, Kathy, it's been 2.5 years for me. Oh wow. Y'all are inspiring me because y'all know I'm in a relationship and stuff. But man, I can't wait to the most I've gone 2 years in my life without sex. However, I was still DJing. So I just want to go completely cold turkey with everything. And it just take a lot of strength, not only strength, but it just take a lot of self-discipline to do that, man. I applaud y'all for that. That is amazing. That's amazing. That's inspiring. Do your younger siblings take your advice, or y'all close in age so they don't take it seriously at this time? Okay, so this how it is. My brother, on my mom's side, I have 3 siblings. One of them, me and my sister that y'all know, we share the same mom and dad. Then I have another sister and brother. My other sister and brother on my mom's side, we communicate a little bit, but not much. So I feel like they don't really involve me in a lot of their life. Only mainly probably because we kind of grew up separately since the split of them living with their dad and us living with our dad. I feel like our relationship changed a lot since then. We are still kind of close. We love each other. We definitely do still have family time. But I don't know much about their life. So I don't feel like I'm able to talk to them as much because they don't open up to me in that way. However, my sister, yes. My sister mentions a lot how like she's looked up to me and yeah, stuff like that. And I didn't even, she said it a lot previously when we were younger, but I kind of brushed it off like, or maybe it's just because I'm her big sister, but she mentioned it again even more today when we was on the phone. And I feel like it was just really an eye opener because I feel applaud to be able to uh help my sister have more of a standard in her relationship, just not in her relationship, in her life. Um be able to instill wisdom in her, and be able to be a role model like for her. I look at myself and I criticize myself a lot. So to see that she sees this different person of me is heartwarming, because a lot of the times, a lot of the ways that a lot of people look at me, I don't look at myself like that all the time. Obviously, I do know I'm wise. I feel like I'm beautiful and, stuff like that. But a lot of the things that other people feel about me, I don't really be feeling it until they say it. And then it's like a lot of people start saying it. And then it's like, oh, like I remember like recently when me, my mom, my grandma went on a movie date to see a movie, and they were saying how I was very wise above my age and I learned a lot of things early on. And I just felt so good to hear that, because although I know these things, it just feels good to hear it from people. You know what I'm saying? It feels really, really good. So I guess I'm saying all that to say, like, yeah, a little bit with my sister. Not a little bit, a lot. I mean, my sister talk about a lot of things together. My sister who share me and the same dad. But my other siblings, I wish I was closer with them. I could do better at being close with them. But I feel like they don't open up to me. They don't give me the space to be vulnerable with them and give them advice. Because we don't have this sort of relationship. But hopefully it changes someday. When I was growing up in the 70s, 80s, everyone was on crack, didn't have time for their kids, and we was young girls having babies like free cheese. Man, it's crazy. My aunties on my daddy's side, we had them went out for my daddy's birthday. This is the last time I talked to my daddy actually. We had went out for my daddy's birthday in March. And we never really go out together as a family to celebrate my daddy's birthday. So this year was pretty much of a surprise. But my auntie was like, man, because me and my sister, we only got one child. And we ain't planning on having no more. I told my sister, you need to be making sure you married before you have another child. You make sure that you are fully committed. Don't be a baby mama having 3 baby daddies and what I'm saying, all that. Like, no, make sure you are stable. Make sure that you and this person, whoever you have your kids with, y'all raise y'all kids together. Y'all, he's a great example. Stability. Anyways, so I've been hard on her about that. Like, no, don't, and my younger sister, like, no. But my auntie was like, dang, that's crazy. Y'all only got one child. Man, we were throwing out baby. We were having babies back to back, back to back. See, no, I ain't playing that game. I ain't playing that game. I ain't gonna lie, like I told y'all before, when I found out I was pregnant with Ernest, man, I was disappointed in myself. I wasn't happy about that. I went to the abortion clinic and ended up being Save a Life clinic. So God was telling me to keep him. He hilarious. But no, I didn't want to. No, I want to be married, man. Before I had any kids, so I don't want to flesh out all these babies. If now I don't want to just be married, but I want to be stable. I want to be happy. I want to be able to be in a. I want to be able to heal more, like more of my childhood traumas, and just be able to gain more wisdom in my life before just having babies, 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 babies. Because when you don't do these things, you create trauma for them. Now it's your fault your kids got all these trauma. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. And then when your kids have these trauma, then your grandkids have them. And if they don't break the generational curse, you're great. It's just you passing it down. Just like everybody else did. No. And I don't want that for my family lineage. So I think it's so important to, be wise. Self-love is the best love. You ain't never lied. I feel like I'm the one using my ex that I broke up with as a placeholder. I realized I'm a hindrance to him getting his soulmate. I have to let it go. So we about to find our true loves. So you feel like he's using you as a placeholder, or are you using him as a placeholder? Regardless, y'all don't need to be using each other as no placeholder. Mm-mm. If you feel in your intuition that your ex ain't the one for you, he'll ex for a reason. What Summer Walker say, ex for a reason. If you already know in your heart that he ain't the one for you, let it go, man. Because wanna know why? Another thing that I really wish a lot of more women would realize, even myself, when a person is not meant to be in your life, it means God got something even better in store. So you might think this the best you can get. You might think, oh, I really love him, so we should just work it out. But really, you know what I'm saying? Which those feelings are valid, but it means somebody better's in store, y'all. Don't sit up here and just be stuck on him and then God trying to send you some, you know what I'm saying? Somebody that's way that can help you way better. No. If y'all know y'all don't use each other as no placeholder. I feel like there's more damaging to both of y'all than helpful. You know, y'all stand together because y'all, there's almost like a soul tie. Really stand together because y'all love each other and all that. But it's more than love. But you know what, though? You are already aware of it. You really don't need no advice. You already aware of it. You just being open about it. That's what I'm getting from it. And I will be. My papa who raised me said if he was a man, he would have done propose. Any boy who can make a baby. Any boy can make a baby, but a man will take care of it. Amen. Amen. At least that's good. Your papa instilled that in you because that's true. And I feel like that's really what I was trying to say. Any man can lay down and nut in you and give you a baby, but it takes a real man to take care of a baby and make you his wife. You already know what to do too. It's just hard for you right now. You already know. You know. You very wise. You know. And you know what? You are connected to your intuition. God has already been talking to you. You probably on here for real, to reassurance, to make sure that you're making the right decision, to hear other people's point of view. You already know. You already know. It's up to you. It's up to you to go ahead and do the healing, do the crying. You don't did enough talking. You don't did enough crying. That's what I'm feeling. That's what I'm feeling. You don't did enough crying. You don't did enough worrying and hoping for a change. You don't did enough. It's time for you to take that next step and to do what's best for you. Like, you already know. You know what? And a lot of us be already knowing. A lot of us be already knowing. It just be hard. And that's understandable. But don't make it no excuse for yourself. Don't make it no excuse for yourself. It do be hard. I ain't gonna sit up here and act like, oh, just leave them. It be hard. But man, you gotta get tired. You gotta get tired. You gotta get tired of talking about the same things. You gotta get tired of wanting the same thing. You gotta get tired of wanting to change and wanting them to do better. You gotta get tired of it. You gotta get so fed up to where it's like you deserve better. You gotta get tired of it. If you ain't tired, maybe you need to stay just a little bit longer just to remind yourself of why you tired in the first place. Get so tired you ready to, like this go. Like once you realize, once you realize that you tired, man, you got to get on, man. And a lot of us already be knowing. Just be trying to make sure it's right. Just be trying to make sure it's right. I'm telling you, I'm the same way. It's so funny because I'm speaking to y'all, but I'm speaking to me too. It is so funny. Caprisiana, 64 years old. Your wisdom comes straight from the Holy Spirit. I love you and your honesty. I thank Jesus Christ for the way he gets his messages through. Thank you so much. I love your message. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so happy you feel, connected with my messages through the Holy Spirit. I love that. I love that. Thank you so much. Only person that can truly change a man is God. We can support them and influence them, but only God can truly change them from the inside out. Not only that, a man has to want to change. He has to acknowledge that he needs to change. Some men be thinking that you tripping. Here she go again. Somebody I need to do this. Somebody I need to do that. That man got to get sick of himself. You can do all the praying to God. You can do all the hoping. But that man got to get tired of himself to want to change too. Because the thing about it is, God can be speaking to him through your prayers. But he ignoring them like colors on the wall, ignoring them. You know what I'm saying? Because he feel like some men they be so stuck up in themselves, or they just really genuinely feel like they don't need to change. He got to get tired of himself. He got to get tired of himself. And a lot of times, if you keep on telling the man how you want them to change, but you sticking around with them, he'll say, well, I ain't that bad. Yeah, you still here. That's how they think. A lot of them be selfish. Not all men. It's some good men out here now. Not all of them. But a lot of them be selfish. Sometimes that's why I say standing up on boundaries, man. Sometimes you got to show a man, now I'm tired, I'm fed up. But you got to show him through your actions. This right here ain't going to do nothing but chat. Chat it on up. Talk, 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 talk. To some men, after you chat to them so much and tell them what you want, you just start sounding like a little annoying toy that your child keep playing with. Oh, there it go again. There it go again. Oh, but soon as you close off emotionally, mentally, you stop talking. Stop doing all that chatting. Let your actions speak for you. That's the thing. Too much chatting going on. You do all that chatting and you wondering why nothing ain't changing. He don't got comfortable. Yeah, she gonna complain again. Talk about what she want again. Oh, and I'm speaking through myself. She gonna complain again. Talk about what she want again. And she gonna be right on back. You teach a man how to treat you. If a man realize that you gonna stand on business about yourself, you ain't giving him no room to play with you. You ain't even supposed to allow a person to have room to play. This ain't no playground. Get with it or get wet, get left. Get with it or get left. What one man won't do, another man will. When one man think that ain't a blessing or don't appreciate it, another man will. Some men don't even appreciate you until you start standing on business. Some men don't appreciate you until you stand on business. And that's keeping it a buck right there. You can do all that talking about I love you, I just want you to change, I just want you to do better. If you ain't standing on no business, none of that don't matter. Cause get what, at that point, you like one of the little toys your child keep playing with that won't turn off. You know how the toy keep making noise and you like, just turn it off. That's how they start looking at you because you ain't doing nothing but what? Talking. Shut their mouth up. Let them actions speak for you. That's my advice for that. Yep. It was hard because I was scared to tell my grandparents because they are totally against sex for marriage. He left a couple months during my first. Man, you got so many red flags. You got so many red flags, man. A man that leaves you during your pregnancy, which is as a woman, one of the most vulnerable states of your life. There's never a man that you should settle with. I don't care what y'all done went through and faced. If you ain't have sex with nobody else, ain't no way in the world this man should leave you at the most vulnerable state in your life. You already know what to do. You just got to do it. You just got to do it. You know what to do. You know what to do. Man, the lack of love will have you doing all type of crazy stuff. Because see, me as what I would say, if you were my little sister, and it's just being honest, why would you have another baby with him if he already done left you for a couple months during your first pregnancy? That's trauma. No woman want to experience pregnancy alone. Any time of pregnancy alone. You got to leave. You got to leave it. That is not something that you want for yourself. That's something that you feel like you need right now, but you don't need nobody but God. Yep, that's true. I'm telling you now that a man will take your prime time. It's best to leave while you can. To the young lady, God gave you the confirmation through this chat, and then you have to build your confidence through Christ. You do. You don't heard a lot of great advice that I'm sure a lot of other women your age or older, even your younger, would have loved to hear. Not even only from me, from the chat. They have been speaking a lot to you. They have been pouring a lot of wisdom into you through God. And ain't it crazy how, through this chat we've been talking about a lot of different things, but we've mainly focused a lot on your topic. And I just think that's because maybe God sent us here to talk to you, to pour into you. But you have to, after this live and all this stuff, you have to apply it more in your life. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to adjust. And I'm not saying that, lead this live and be perfect, but lead this live with more self-love, more self-respect, boundaries, letting your actions talk for you, and getting closer with God, praying more, prioritizing yourself more, disconnecting from what no longer serves you. You got to be wise. You know what I'm saying? You got to make wise decisions. Because one thing that I feel, I don't know why I be feeling so hard about, like, the decisions, the impact that I have on my kids. I think it means a lot to me because the impact that my parents had on me. But I really do be thinking a lot about the impact that the impact that I would have on my kids' life. So that's why when I speak to you about your situation, I also try to say, bring up the example that you are for your kids. All right, y'all, I'm finna go ahead and finna get off, and I have been on here for a while. I have enjoyed talking to y'all. So good night. I'll see y'all later. I see some of y'all already saying good night. It is late. It is about 2 o'clock in the morning. I just been yapping and yapping and yapping. I hope that y'all enjoyed my advice, enjoyed my talking time. Somebody asked how old I'm at. I'm 24 years old. But I see you guys later. Good night, y'all. Stay blessed, stay prayed up. Allow God to be the guidance in your life. Release control and just pour into yourself. Self love is the best love. I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all stay blessed and bye.